Okay, welcome to part 2 of Lab 2, Understanding TCP and UDP. So at the end of the last video we set some devices here out on the map. We have a workstation on one side and a server on the other, and they're connected with a point-to-point link, a DS1 or a T1 link, in between the two devices. Now what we want to do is we want to associate both of our devices with the customized tasks and the customized profile that we've got pre-configured down here. The first thing I want to do is right click the IP cloud, click set name, just go ahead and change that name to IP32 cloud. The next thing we want to do is we want to configure our server. Go ahead and right click the server, click edit attributes, and in the window that pops up, change the name to destination server. Down here where it says server address, it says auto assigned. Click that and click edit and change that to destination server also. Go ahead and click OK to close. Actually, real quick before you close it, I almost forgot something. Go up to where it says Application Supported Services, click None, go to Edit, right here change the rows to 1, and where the name says None, drop that down and choose Main App. This is the custom application that we've got built out, and we're telling the server to support this as a service. Go ahead and click OK to close that, and then click OK to close the server attributes window. Okay, moving on, the next thing we want to do is to configure the workstation here. So right click it, click edit attributes. In the window that pops up, change the name to source. Where it says client address, change that to source also. And just so you know, the name and the client address, they need to be source and they need to be destination server for a reason. That's because the customized task addresses both of those devices using the word source and the word destination server. So that's why we're changing the name and the address name on our workstation and the server. So now that we've got those names changed there, what we want to do is we want to drop down destination preferences, where it says application destination preferences. Go ahead and edit that. Change the rows to 1. Where it says symbolic name, change that to destination server. Under actual name, click that and it'll open up another window. Change the rows to 1. And where it says name, choose destination server. Click OK twice to close both windows. Now we've made our workstation prefer the server as its destination. Next thing we want to do is scroll down to where you see Application Supported Profiles. Drop that down, change the rows to 1, and expand row 0, and underneath Profile Name, click None and change it to Main Profile. The main profile is the customized profile that we've built that will be running the task. Go ahead and click OK to close. Now the reason I'm saying OK to close is because we have to open the window back up again. Now the next thing we need to configure is the source preferences, but you'll notice is if you open up source preferences, change the row to 1, expand row 0, and try to change the symbolic name to source, source doesn't show up here. It's some type of a glitch in IT Guru. To solve it, what we need to do is click OK to close the window, go ahead and edit attributes on the source again. Drop down the source preferences, row 0, symbolic name, and now we can change it to source. It's a little bit of a glitch in the software, but we can get around it okay. Go ahead and click OK to close that window. So let's recap what we've done. We've associated our source workstation with a profile that's called main profile. This profile is making use of a customized app and a customized task configuration. We've told our source workstation that we want to communicate with the destination server, and we've told our destination server that we want to accept traffic from the source. We also want to accept traffic from the service called main app. That's the customized app here that's tied to the profile. So essentially our source PC will be sending out data through the main app, and the server will receive it. In the next steps of the video, we're going to be duplicating this scenario and setting one of them to run on TCP and the duplicated scenario to run on UDP. We'll run the simulation and we'll collect stats on both of the scenarios, and we'll take a look at the differences in between the way that the app runs on TCP and on UDP.